This is my second video, and my headset already broke. But unless you know me personally, you would know that I really like Gorilla Tag movies. And maybe you do, because I make Gorilla Tag content, aka
one video.
Hey, it's something, alright? Yeah? Right? Anybody agree? Is it just me? Alright. So yeah, pretty much, we're gonna be making a Gorilla Tag movie after I get my new headset. So the first thing we need to do is go ahead and get a script. So I'm gonna kinda like go ahead and like kinda like go ahead and I'm just gonna make the script now. Here's the entire script read to you by a text-to-speech because I'm too lazy to read it myself. If you don't want to hear it, skip to the timestamp on screen.
Zane, a 17-year-old gorilla, is relaxing at home after a long day. He's sitting on the couch watching TV. A program comes on talking about lucid dreaming, explaining how some people can control their dreams and explore worlds inside their minds. Zane thinks it sounds amazing. The idea of flying around and doing anything he wants makes him really curious. He wants to try it right away, but he looks at the clock and realizes he has to go to work soon. So he turns off the TV and heads out the door. Scene 1. Zane works as a construction worker. Right now he's helping build a large statue in the city. He spends hours carefully placing the last pieces and tightening everything to make sure it's perfect. After a while, the statue is finally finished. Zane steps back and admires the work. A little later, it's break time. Zane sits down with his coworkers and friends Joe and Fred. They're all eating tuna sandwiches and relaxing after the long shift. Zane brings up what he saw on TV about lucid dreaming and explains how people can control their dreams. Joe laughs and says it sounds fake. Fred agrees and says dreams are just dreams. They joke about it for a bit and then change the subject, talking about random things like work and weekend plans. After break ends and the shift finishes, Zane heads home. Scene 2. Trying lucid dreaming. Zane walks back into his house and closes the door behind him. He keeps thinking about lucid dreaming. Curious, he opens his computer and searches for tutorials on how to do it. He watches multiple videos and reads guides explaining the steps. Finally, he finds one method that seems simple. He carefully follows each step, relaxing his body, focusing his mind, imagining a place in his head. Eventually he falls asleep. When he opens his eyes again, he's not in his room anymore. Scene 3. Visit to Dreamland. Zane wakes up in a beautiful place called Dreamland. The sky is cloudy and colorful, and everything feels light and peaceful. Floating islands drift through the air, and the world feels almost magical. Zane realizes he can do whatever he wants. He jumps higher than normal and starts exploring. While wandering around, he discovers leaf gliders that let him glide through the air. Excited, he starts flying between floating islands. As he glides, he notices small villages floating in the sky. Curious, he flies toward one of them. There he meets another gorilla who lives in Dreamland. The two quickly become friends and start flying around together, laughing and exploring the world. Zane is about to high-five his new friend in celebration, but right when their hands are about to connect, Zane suddenly wakes up in his bed. Scene 4. A terrible day. Zane wakes up feeling surprisingly refreshed and happy after his dream. He goes to work expecting a normal day, but everything goes wrong. He accidentally drops his breakfast before leaving. At work, he drops some of his tools all the way to the ground. When he tries to drink from the water fountain, it breaks. When he sits down for lunch, he realizes the tuna in his sandwich is rotten. By the end of the day, Zane is completely frustrated. All he can think about is how amazing Dreamland felt. So he decides that when he gets home, he's going to go straight to sleep and return to the dream. Scene 5. Dreamland again. Zane falls asleep and wakes up back in Dreamland. This time, his friend is already waiting for him, like Zane never left. They're both excited and decide to visit the villagers together. Zane learns about the culture of Dreamland and how the floating villages work. Then there's a montage of them doing fun things, gliding between islands, exploring villages, playing games, relaxing and enjoying the dream world. Eventually they sit down together to relax. After a few minutes of quiet, they hear a loud bang echo through Dreamland. They both stand up, thinking someone might be in danger. When they go to investigate, they see a mysterious dark figure standing far away. Suddenly, the sky and islands begin to glitch and distort. The world starts breaking apart. Zane gets scared and tries the same trick he used before to wake up, high-fiving his friend. But this time, it doesn't work. The world glitches again, and suddenly they're teleported into a dark area. Now the mysterious figure begins chasing them. For several minutes they run through the darkness, hiding behind objects and trying to escape. Eventually they hide somewhere safe. Zane's friend quietly tells him something important. He says he doesn't actually exist, because he's only part of Zane's dream. Zane feels sad hearing that, but before they can talk more, the figure finds them. It grabs Zane and lifts him up. The creature opens its mouth and looks like it's about to attack him. Right at that moment, Zane suddenly wakes up. He hears someone knocking on his door. Confused, he walks over and opens it. Standing outside is his Dreamland friend. Zane screams. The screen cuts to black.
As you can see, that's a pretty long script. It was around 3 minutes. Wow. Yeah, but it has every scene that we need to record. So, it'll work. It will work. So, now we just have to work on the intro of the movie. That should be pretty easy. So let's go ahead and do that. Wait, no, what are you doing to the, no! Okay, so now as you can see, we are on my computer. And we're gonna go ahead and start making the intro of the movie. And yes, I do use CapCut. There's nothing wrong with that. And there you go. As you can see right there, there's the script. But whatever, we're going to go ahead and start making this intro. Let's go. Okay, so we are on my other account because I have a Canva subscription on here. Alright, whatever. So, yeah, we're just going to go to Canva now. Oh, wait, it automatically changed back from red. It's not red anymore. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just gonna like look for a template I wanna use and I guess edit it and make it the intro. I think something like this is cool. Maybe something else. I'm gonna just open that in case. Ooh, I can make like the little poster with this. Yeah, I'm gonna use that for sure. Yes, perfect one. Now we just have to go and cook up something with this picture. Alright, so most of the time I'm not talking, so yeah, I'm just gonna like do like a little voiceover in case you guys just want something to hear in the background. So pretty much what I'm doing right now is I'm just messing around with the main text, trying to find something that I like. Yeah. And then I'm just messing around with some facts, and then I find the curve, and I'm like, whoa, that's pretty cool. So, yeah. Yeah, like a slight curve like that. A little slight curve. Then I start messing around with the animations, even though I don't need them, and I'm not going to use them anymore. No, I think this is pretty good. Yeah, then I'll start adding some other stuff. Like some text, just so you know what's going on. Don't see it and be like, oh yeah, I want to see a non-Gorilla Tag movie, and it turns out it's Gorilla Tag. So yeah, the thing, effects, oh, curve right here. Now I'm just messing around with the curve on there too, making sure that it matches up with the curve of the main text, and then I go ahead and start adding some more text. Yeah, just a simple copy and paste. That's pretty easy. Go ahead and a movie about lucid dreaming. For some reason, before you press enter, the text is just really glitchy. I don't know all about that. That's just kind of goofy and weird. But yeah, like that. A movie about lucid dreaming. Dreamland. A Gorilla Tag film by Yeah, that's pretty cool. Do you think this is cool? Yeah. Alright, I got approval from my sister, so yeah. I ended up searching dreamy movie cover. Just for some inspiration. I couldn't find any in the style I was going for, but yeah. Then I also kept getting the tabs mixed up. What if I change the font on this? So then I go ahead and just start tweaking with like the non-main text and stuff, and I just find whatever. That's cool. Let me see if I can find that those other ones I was looking at. Black Ops 1. That's a font? Alright. I ended up finding this font I really like called Horizon, in case you use Canva and you like want to know the name of the font or whatever. Not really, not a whole bunch of people really use Canva anyway. But yeah, then I'll start making it a little closer, lining it up, making stuff smaller so people can see it, even if they have like one of them square TVs or whatever. Yeah, just making it look good and stuff, and yeah. Alright, yeah, so then I decided that I don't want to waste all my storage and that I'm not going to spend that much time just recording. So I went ahead and did some off-screen work and I came up with this! To be honest, this is pretty dreamy and it makes it feel kind of liminal. Alright, so yeah, now we're going to go ahead and put this in the CapCut, and then after around 25-ish days, I'll start recording, and then, yeah, we can finish this movie. Let's go. Okay, so only part of it saved, so, I'm just gonna like tell you what I did. So I have this file called Caleb Studio, and it's just like this little intro I made. Yeah. that's the little intro we're using. Now, I'm just gonna zoom it in a little bit because it's kind of off-centered, as you can see. And then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and actually start looking for the picture. I almost face revealed for a split second, had to cut it out. Look, both of them saved. So pretty much all I did was put the clips in, then I went ahead and started to put a transition on it. And then after I put a transition on the clips, I went ahead and added some sounds, and I'm just gonna show you the finished result. And all I have to say is, cool transition incoming. Yeah, so in my opinion, that was pretty cool. So anyways, as I said earlier, I'll see you guys. Sorry, there's an ant. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm gonna see you guys in around 11-ish days, and we'll start filming.